Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to be talking to you about describing a graph. So what I've got here is I've got a graph that I've drawn. I've got a red line and I've got a green line, so I'm going to be going over the key terms that you would use if you were going to be describing any graphs like this. This happens to be a population graph. As you can see, across the bottom is time and up the side is population. So I'm going to talk you through the type of language that you would use in order to describe this graph in a geographical way, not just in a normal way. So if you start with the red line, at the bottom here, this represents population growth from about 1900s through to about from 1800 to about 1900, so about 100 years. And we can see here that the red line is just going very slowly up. So there's a steady or a slow increase. So we could use those key terms. Or it might be that it is decreasing, but in this instance, it's increasing. So we need to be using these terms like slow, increase, steady increase. When we hit about here, we can see that this red line shoots up. So this is different now. So we have to use different terminology. So we need to be using words like steep or rapid. So the population growth is steep or the population growth is rapid. And again, in this particular instance, there's a rapid increase, but there could be a rapid decrease if it went down by the same amount. Now, if we are describing the graph, we need to use figures in our answer. So this particular graph hasn't got any figures on it, but any graph that you had would. So you need to be saying that in 1800s, there were just over 1 billion people. By the time we got to 1920, there was a rapid increase and it went from 1.3 billion, let's say, up to what it is now, to about 7 billion and rising. Now, the green line, as you can see, is slightly different, so we need to use different terminology. Now this line goes up and down, and we could say that the population goes up and down, but that's not very geographical. So what we do need to use is a word like fluctuating. So what we can say is there's a steady increase, as you can see from the green line, it's steadily going up, but the population is fluctuating, which means it's going up or down. So instead of just saying quite general words, we have to be quite geographical in the way that we describe graphs. So just to recap, steady or slow increase or decrease, rapid increase or decrease, fluctuating increase in this instance, and make sure that we use figures in our answers. So that is describing a graph.